Good morning. I'm Devin Stone. I am a partner and co-owner in Construction Programs and Results. My partner, Michael Stone, is the author of the books Markup and Profit, A Contractor's Guide Revisited, and Profitable Sales, A Contractor's Guide. Say hello, Michael.
Good morning, everyone.
Michael and I and so many other contractors are concerned about the number of lead-generating companies that are lining up to take money from those in construction who are working hard to build a successful business in a tough industry. It's not necessary. You don't need a lead-generating company if you have your own web presence, and it's not that difficult. That's why we're hosting today's webinar. Our speaker is from My Online Toolbox, and I'll let him take it from here.
Good morning, everybody. We need you to realize that while this story is fictional and does not depict any actual person or event, it comes really, really close. So let's begin your day. You're driving to work, you come to your first stoplight, and a truck pulls up right next to you. And you look, and it actually has your company name on it. You also see another name positioned on the truck, and you start seeing everything about testimonials, photos, project details, and more, including the services you provide. You then look a little bit closer, and you realize there's a phone number on the truck, but it's not your phone number. So what do you do out of curiosity? You immediately take out your cell phone, you call, and then you realize that they're not promoting your services, but they're promoting other contractors. How do you feel? We think that this picture here is an understatement of how you will feel, but it's happening all day, even right now while you're listening to this webinar. What's happening is that your company name is being used against you in many ways, and we're going to help you eliminate this to the best of our abilities, but you have to realize that it's going to still be there unless you do something about it. So what happens is with your company name is all of the search engine activity is massive, and if you're not taking advantage of it, somebody else is with your company name. And what you have to realize, it's a race to who's going to use your company name, your services, your testimonials, and photos quicker, you or somebody else, such as a lead generation marketing or advertising company. And what happens is that there's some easy tricks that you could do to find out what is a company doing against you. And one way is simply just go to Google, type in your company name, space, and then put the lead generation company name right there into Google. And before you hit the enter key, just keep in mind there is multiple permutations. You could take your same company name, space, and put the lead generation company's website name in. Do the same thing again with your company website address, then the lead generation company name, and do it one more time with your company website, space, the lead generation company's website. But there's also another set of permutations where you flip it all around. You got 8 permutations, and yes, it can get a little frustrating. There is an easier way. Unfortunately, you do have to take our advanced class, but these free examples allow you to get exposure to an example of what's happening against you. And what do you think you're going to find when you do this? Well, here's a great example of somebody we just did where we typed in one permutation, and on the first set of results that came up, we had literally, actually about 7 results came up of different permutations of the contractor's name. They always had the lead generation company's name towards the end, and you have to look at this stuff. We're going to go super quick so you have a general understanding of what you're looking at. And remember, this is the same exact thing of that truck pulling up against you, but now when you were sitting at the light, imagine as you were looking at the truck, another one pulled up to the left of you, to the left behind you, to the middle of you, and again to the right behind, and they just keep coming. Your frustration level will grow. What will happen is, though, it's easy to take it away and take advantage of those trucks. What we're going to do now is show you how you could learn how to push it away. But not only just push away the lead generation company, we want you to turn it into a gold mine for yourself. Leverage the lead generation company's efforts to take your information to simply understand what you're missing. It is bigger than a pot of gold. It's called marketing, not sales. The big weakness in this industry is marketing. Until you accept it and embrace it just a little, these lead gen companies will keep doing what they're doing repetitively. They will keep calling to sell you a lead until you take a stand. So what happens is the buzzwords, don't be intimidated, SEO, it stands for search engine optimization. Those 3 little letters can help generate a ton of opportunities, quality opportunities for you. So let's begin. Those search results showed up. 3 things are sitting right in front of you. They're called a title tag, a URL, which is a web page address where when you click on something you're going to be brought to, and then comes the meta description, which is how they're trying to incite you or a consumer to click on the result and land on that page. And what happens is when we did select the first one, this was one of the many examples that even though the person's name was right there up on top, it talked all about where he is. It also showed about that he has reviews that you can trust from this lead company. And when you hit click, immediately everything about the customer disappears. It goes right into a marketing event to try to get somebody to call. Soon as that call is made, the opportunity is gone from you, and it's now gone to the lead generation company, and you have to wonder, is that lead coming back to you? We don't need to further elaborate. And you have to wonder, you know those calls that are coming in? They just keep coming, and we hear every level of frustration of how many times the calls and email solicitations to sell a lead are coming to you. But let's turn this around and take a step back and realize, hopefully some of you have ever seen The Wolves of Wall Street by Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a great movie, and I'm going to use the relevancy of why are they doing this? The money. But let's not realize what's happening behind the scenes. Everybody, which we all know, they're saying whatever they need to say in order to get you to buy a lead. And then you have to ask yourself, based on what we showed you on the previous screens, is all of this legal? Well, whether it's legal, ethical, unethical, what we'd like you to do is forget about that and remember that dollars is your opportunity. These people are making a fortune simply by you not taking a stand in doing what's right with your own online presence. So going back to this example with all the trucks pulling up and taking different permutations of your name, services, reviews, photos, testimonials, and more, and project information, each click is measurable. Again, each click is measurable for the lead generation company, and more importantly, it's one less contact for you. You have to really try to embrace that when that click is made, two things happen. Negative for you, positive for them. Their computer's registered, and 2 seconds later, somebody's giving you a call to say, would you like to buy leads? Why? Because they know you're getting less. So what happens is here, let's now even look at another example and figure out how you could benefit from this. Particular company called KP Carpentry. They actually are publicly exposed in numerous forums, about some of the examples that are happening. And when we looked at their results, it was out of control how many different permutations of their name was being used. And what happens is that when they went to do click, we saw the title tag, we saw the URL, but we looked and noticed here that there was an example where in the URL we really couldn't tell on the search display results if his name was being used or not, but we're going to figure out whether that's a solid line or not in 2 seconds. So when we hit click, up comes a landing page, and it goes to show that there is no information about him, even though the search results were baiting for this information. And now the assumption is right there that when this contractor lands on this page, the first thing it says is this your business? Claim your free profile. But one has to imagine, first when we were looking again, we did realize the contractor's name is right there. It's in the title tag. It's in the URL. It's embedded all over the place to help generate a consumer to come to this page. And once the contractor sees the page, he may be inclined to claim his free profile. But we have to ask you, when you claim that free profile, do you actually read the terms and conditions? For every contractor listening who takes a moment to read, we want you to remember something. Just take a moment and think about it. Well, look what they're doing without your approval. It's already questionable. So in our opinion, are you going to accept terms and conditions where what they're willing to do without your approval, if you've not read what those terms and conditions are, it could be disastrous for your inbound lead generation opportunities going forward, again, in our opinion. So let's talk about one big topic and keep it simple so that we could get past in 20 minutes a lot of education. When you get to the terms and conditions, just focus in on one word, content. It is the make or break for any website. And what happens is when you begin to read it, sit back and you might need a nice cup of joe in order to enjoy some of this stuff because it's out of control in many cases. Such a cases where you might see things such as you're granting someone a royalty-free, perpetual, meaning for life, irrevocable, meaning you can never get it back, to create derivative works of the information you're going to give. I wonder what derivative works mean. Well, when you read further, sometimes it says that you're giving them the right to publish a lot of your information, but they could refrain from publishing your name, that's interesting, your phone number, and address, and how to contact you with your own content. So when a phone number is being replaced with another number, you're going to give permission for that? Take a moment and think about that when you're giving permission to not use your phone number. Then you'll even see sections that talk about that you're responsible for the consequences of submitting information and agreeing to it. A consequence is a warning. So take it to heart in what it means, and if you don't understand it, feel free to not accept it, because that's the big understanding right here. It's all based on content. And we always love when you see further where it says, however, and then drum roll. I wish I had one here verbally. I couldn't go quick enough, but drum roll, please. We love when you see that you could purchase a subscription to receive additional services, including having your phone number displayed with your information. Just look at what it is. It says it black and white, and when you agree to this stuff, you have to realize that little checkbox could be lethal to how leads are going to come to your website going forward. So we feel, in our opinion, just read it, make a decision on your own whether you're going to go forward or not with agreeing to terms and conditions that could be very difficult for you to manage and attempt to generate additional leads to your website. So our opinion is don't accept them, especially if you don't understand them. So what do? There's two things to do to help you out, defense and offense. Let's take defense first. The first thing is they know most people are not aware with their websites to trademark and copyright the information that's there. A trademark is a symbol or word or words legally registered or established that it represents your company name. Separately, don't be confused with a registered trademark. Be very careful, because you don't want to misrepresent the use of a trademark versus a registered trademark on your website. And then comes a copyright, which is you telling the public that you are protecting this information on whatever's on your site, and you're not letting the outside world legally use it. And as a quick example, on our website, when you scroll right back down to the bottom, you'll see that we say My Online Toolbox is a trademark of our company. We are copywriting all of the information and are not legally allowing people to just randomly come to our site, scrape the information, put it on their website, and say that it's their own. So what you got to do is quickly Google a copyright symbol, a trademark symbol. It's always in summary what you should be putting on your website, especially the home page, but preferably at the bottom of every single page of your website, so the world is alerted legally that they're not allowed to utilize your content. Next, contact the lead generation company directly. All of them have on their website terms and conditions. And what you're going to do is specifically look for a section that usually is some type of permutation of the claims of copyright and trademark infringement. And when you read it, you'll see that they give you instructions on how to communicate with them, that when you see stuff that's wrong about presenting your company, that you ask for them to talk about you. So, to remove you, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. But let's now look at this, another example of how we can go to offense. This particular KP Carpentry, they're saturated with, in one particular example, with somebody who is utilizing their name in a way that they're not happy. So now what they're going to do is take the same approach and do the same thing, where when we look at the KP Carpentry title tag result in search, he quickly is going to now do his own separate page, putting the lead generation company's name right in front. So now there will be a search result that has the lead gen company's name, his name, and also saying he's a carpenter in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's going to create a page that's his website / the lead generation company's name, just like they did to him. And then right here, little tricky, is the meta description, where you have to be careful on what you're going to put here. But in this case, he's going to be putting C authorized project information with pictures and testimonials for his company from his site. The lead gen company is not authorized by us. In this particular case, he never, ever agreed to the terms and conditions, so he has a leg to stand on. If you don't have a leg to stand on because you inadvertently signed up and you did not understand the terms and conditions, you could say whatever you want to say. We always feel that you should try to take a step back and say whatever the real truth is, because it is publicly accessible in search, and you always just want to be able to tell the truth. As an example, is that we always remind you to take a reasonable and honest approach when you do something on the web. So you first find the instances of your business information being used, and we suggest doing a print screen or saving the file of what you're looking at, so when somebody down the road questions you, you'll always be able to show anybody who asks that here is an example of where your name, business, service, testimonials, job information was being utilized, in your opinion, to divert traffic away from your business. You then copyrighted and or trademark your information, and then you sent a polite request to be removed based on what the lead generation company said. And I want to make you be aware, for whoever's going to hit the print screen as fast as I'm talking here on this webinar, I see a tremendous amount of attendees. This is not copyrighted information. However, I am putting a legal disclaimer where, because there's way too many people listening and others will listen at a later time, every circumstance is different, and what you could do is specifically do the same thing on the web page that you create. Get right to it on your legal terms and disclaimers, saying that you created this web page simply to indicate you're not associated with whoever the firm is that you could prove had landing pages against your company. The next thing is that you mentioned that they are a listing service who used your name, copyrighted material, only if you have your website copyrighted and trademarked on their site. You found various search engine results that are driving traffic to them, the references of their business. You even make mention that they're a trademark company, so you literally show you're doing the right thing up front when the other person is doing the wrong thing up front. You say that your objective is to simply let the public know that anyone searching for you finds your site, and you even mention the title tag results that you found, copy them, put them on your site in this page here, but then link them appropriately to whatever the landing pages are that you know you have optimized, whether it's kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, room additions, whatever it may be, that the results with the lead generation company had that you do yourself. Separately, put right at the bottom, just like they had on their own website, literally on this new page that you're using simply to go against the lead generation company, you put the identical claim of copyright or trademark infringement, where you let them know that if they see something that you're inappropriately displaying, let them know you're willing to discuss changing it, give them a way to contact you by going to your contact page, but then add that last sentence where you're respectfully asking them to reciprocate on any removal request based on the current search results. Remember, as fast as you're typing, their systems are going faster, so you want to just cover all of the permutations of what happens from a big marketing company to yourself, who's many times all by yourself with just one or two people in the office trying to make your inbound opportunities stronger. So in summary, there's many permutations how your company can appear in search, up to 8. Yes, there is an easier method, but you would have to become a customer to get that easier method. Simple search items tell a lot. The 3 search results, the title tag, the URL landing page, and that meta description really help you learn what is the lead generation company seeing in the market that somehow people are searching for, and they're attempting to get those search results to go to their website rather than yours. Remember, don't compete against yourself by agreeing to terms and conditions, especially if you've not read the use of content on the site. Set up your defense. Copyright and trademark your website first, then contact the lead generation company based on their policy. The one thing I did mention, when you read their policies, they will usually say something along the lines that if you don't give us this 3 pieces of information, 4, 5, or 6, we will not acknowledge your communication. So just look at whatever it is, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps that they've asked for. Usually it's going to be, please show us specifically what web page you're referring to. Please give us the web page address. But whatever it is, they're trying to make you work a little bit harder. But once you understand this stuff, it won't matter, because the end result will be it's worth the extra 2 minutes of effort in order to get yourself off that lead generation company's mind on generating traffic away from you. And then set up your own offense after you do the defense. Create your own optimized landing page, acknowledge the lead generation company in a professional way, and then offer reverse claims of copyright and trademark infringement, so you could always show that if you were doing something wrong, you're willing to fix it, so long as they fix what they were doing wrong to you. At the end, even though we were getting into defense here, remember, every time that call comes in, it's a marketing goldmine. And what we want you to do is remember, this is not always a defensive position. It's an offense. Next time the call comes in, instead of talking abruptly, instead of hanging up the phone, leverage it. Leverage the call to your advantage. They're going to try to sell you advertising and leads and whatever they're trying to sell you. So instead of abruptly hanging up, leverage that to say, you know what, you are thinking about it. Out of curiosity, can you show me some examples of what keywords you're using, what statistics you have? Let them work for you. They're definitely going to call you back. They're on a goal to sell, sell, sell as fast as humanly possible. So string them along. It's okay. Why not? They've already done stuff against you to begin with. Try to figure out what is it that is it the words? Maybe it's just your name is very valuable. Maybe it's your services. Maybe it's a particular town, one town away that's just doing so well online and they know it. So go ahead and try to get them to submit whatever document it is to try to convince you and leverage that information that they have as your best offense. Keep in mind, every job tells a story. Look at search results and realize all contractors need are specific web pages targeting services and locations with images and videos. Why? It's right there. Every time you search, you will see web results, image results, video results. And when you do this, all of a sudden a company, Vanguard, Home Designs, they're doing well only because they're addressing the basics of a title tag, the basics of a web page address with the specific words, pictures supporting the word, video supporting the word with the human testimonial, which is the golden ticket, and even what's called tagging, where I'm not going to give the specific words, but when you take all of the words here, these are what's called hyperlinks to additional pages that target storm windows, storm doors, and barriers for the attic and other buzzwords that all have a very specific targeted landing page. And these three letters, SEO, are a golden ticket to understand. It's really easy. What we try to do is initially, even though the majority of this presentation is based off of a defense because of what the lead generation companies are doing, remember, they're doing it because they can do it, but more importantly, they're doing it because of the size of the opportunity that contractors en masse are simply not taking advantage of. And it's marketing, not sales, but marketing, positioning yourself for the opportunity before somebody goes to think of you. This is our bread and butter. We give you all a free opportunity to learn, a basic opportunity, as well as an advanced opportunity, and you could be learning this that literally in less than 30 days you could have years of marketing experience working to your advantage. The goal is simply that when that truck pulls up next time and it has somebody's name, you're just not going to care because your company is going to be prevailing on the web, and that's what you need to do. Even though some of it is defensive, the majority of it is offensive in what you're doing and not doing in order to take care of the opportunities that are out there in front of you. We want those trucks to have your website address and your phone number every time when somebody's searching for you. And we're hoping here that you got a quick introduction on how to put a defense up to the lead generation companies. We also hope that you realize that next phone call that's coming, probably today, tomorrow, or by next week, don't hang up so fast. Say you're interested. Tell them that you're building a budget right now and you would like them to start sharing some information, some statistics. It's usually going to be someone sitting behind a desk somewhere who's ready to hit the enter key so long as he knows he's going to potentially have a sale. Leverage that to your opportunistic marketing ways. And if you need further help on being offensive in nature, my online toolbox is here to help you become an online marketing maven and understanding website SEO education. Good luck, and for you lead generation companies, there's a few online. We look forward to taking it to the next level, and we're waiting for you to help submit to our contractor customers more marketing information so they could leverage the details and now start putting it on their own website. Thank you so much, and good luck in the field, everybody.
Wow, that really was a lot of information in a short time. Thank you so much. Everyone, go have a profitable day, and if we can help, let us know.